Have you ever finished a movie or maybe a book and just felt different? Changed? Or on the flip side, have you ever scrolled for an hour and just felt completely empty? Yeah, let's get into that. What's the real deal with the entertainment we choose and that deep down need we all have for a fulfilling life?
The sources we looked at have this perfect way of putting it. They say entertainment can be a mirror, right? Something that reflects our own world and our values right back at us. But it can also be a window, giving us a peek into totally new worlds, new ideas, and different ways of seeing things.
And that's really the question, isn't it? When you hit play or you turn that page, are you looking for a reflection of what you already know, or are you looking through a window to something more? So in this explainer, we're going to unpack that exact question. We're going to look at how we can start shifting our entertainment habits away from just, killing time and towards something that actually makes our lives richer. Okay, so first things first, we got to admit this is a really complicated relationship. Our sources say entertainment can be a catalyst for personal insight, something that sparks actual growth. But they also warn it can become a crutch, a way to avoid the very things in life we need to face to feel fulfilled. So let's start with the good stuff, the surprising upside. Because when we really engage with it the right way, entertainment isn't just about having fun. It can actually tap into and satisfy some of our most fundamental human needs. And think about all the ways it can happen. The right kind of entertainment can open your mind to totally new perspectives. It can give you this huge emotional release, that feeling after a really powerful story. It can inspire your own creativity, create these amazing shared experiences with friends, and even help you get better at something, like totally mastering a new skill in a game. Okay, so that's a great list of what can happen. But what about the why? What's really going on in our brains that makes these experiences feel so meaningful? Well, the answer comes from a really powerful psychological idea. It's called self-determination theory. And it sounds complicated, but the idea is actually super simple. The theory just says that for any of us to feel psychologically healthy and truly fulfilled, we all have three core universal needs that have to be met. And here are the big three. First, you've got autonomy, that feeling that you're in the driver's seat of your own life. Just choosing what show to watch is a little hit of autonomy. Second, competence, the need to feel like you're good at stuff, that you're effective. That's the amazing feeling you get when you finally beat that impossible boss level or figure out a complex plot twist. And third, relatedness, our deep, deep need to connect with other people. It's why talking about a movie with your friends or being part of a fan community feels so good. But, of course, there's always a flip side. For every awesome opportunity for growth, there's a trap waiting. And that brings us to the escapism trap, which is when our entertainment choices stop being a fun part of our life and start becoming a detour from our life.
Yeah, this is where it gets tricky. The trap is sprung when the main reason we turn to entertainment is just to escape reality. When we're using it to run from our problems or numb out, it stops being helpful and actually starts holding us back.
I think this one quote we found just nails it. Purely escapist entertainment offers a secondhand version of fun. It's like you're watching someone else live an awesome life instead of building your own. And the result is this kind of flat, tepid level of happiness.
And the specific downsides are pretty clear. This kind of passive consumption, it gets in the way of our own growth. It can make us fall into that nasty social comparison trap, especially online. It often means a less active lifestyle, and maybe worst of all, it distracts us from the very things that could bring us real, lasting fulfillment.
So, how do we avoid the trap? Well, the solution lies in a simple but really powerful idea. It's the key framework for making better choices, and it's all about understanding the difference between being active versus being passive.
Yeah, think of it like two different paths. On one side, you have passive consumption. That's all about escapism, distraction, sitting back, and just consuming. But on the other side, you've got active engagement. This is about seeking out growth, making connections, building a skill, and maybe even creating something yourself. It's the huge difference between just binge watching a show versus, say, starting a book club about it.
Let's make this personal for a sec. Just think about your favorite hobby, something you truly love to do. Is it playing an instrument, working in your garden, maybe a really competitive video game? Now, try to map it back to those three needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. I am willing to bet it hits at least one of them, maybe even all three.
All right, so how do we actually do this? Our sources point to three really clear, simple steps. First, engage with intention. Just ask yourself why you're picking this activity right now. Second, share the experience.
talk about it, recommend it to a friend, connect with other fans. And third, find ways to create, not just consume. Write a little review, learn to play the theme song, make some fan art. It's all about shifting from being a spectator to being a participant.
So, as we start to wrap this up, what is entertainment's real job? Look, it's not the enemy, but it's not the ultimate answer to everything either. It's a powerful tool, and when we use it right, it's all about finding balance in a well-lived life.
It really boils down to a few key things. It starts with your perception, just seeing leisure time as something valuable. Then there's your engagement. Choosing to be active is way better than being passive. Next is balance, making sure this stuff adds to your life, not replacing your bigger goals. And finally, the content itself, choosing things that actually connect with what you care about.
At the end of the day, there is absolutely nothing wrong with using entertainment to just relax and switch off. We all need that. The real key is to make sure it's also a tool for growth, and to never let it become the main event at the expense of your actual life.
And it all comes back to a really simple test, one that's rooted in those 3 core needs we talked about.
Which is this: does this activity feed those needs? Does it make you feel more in control? Does it make you feel more capable? And does it help you feel more connected to others? That is the ultimate test.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. The next time you reach for the remote, or your phone, or a game controller, just pause for 1 second and ask yourself, am I using this to check out of my life, or am I using it to lean in?